What's up, guys? First of all, happy Father's Day. I want to take some time to show you guys what I'm doing on my time off and what I've been learning about. Today, it's going to be kind of a longer video, so if you're not really interested in just some nerdy stuff, don't even worry, just pass by. But if you do want to check out something pretty cool, I want to talk to you guys about solubility. And that's something that I've been learning about in order to get into carpet cleaning and trying to do the job right. And so today I'm going to show you guys a carpet that has been heavily saturated in cat urine and probably, you know, cat hair and maybe other things. There's probably been traffic on it, where people have been walking by and things like that. But the main thing is that this carpet has a lot of odor. I'm talking about bad, you know, like it's in my truck right now and you can smell it from I can smell it from here. It's about 5 feet, from 5 feet away, you can definitely smell it. And so the owner allowed me to take this carpet in order to work on it and see what I could do for them. And I'm going to be going through the process of how to remove an odor. And I also want to mention that this is all a learning process, so this isn't even, I don't even know if this is going to work, but I'm going to give you guys 100% the truth of what's going on, and I'm going to try my best. I've been reading on the internet and talking to people in the industry who know how to work with different solvents and know a little bit more about solubility, and I'm going to test it out and see what we can do. So I'll run over all of the materials that I'm using, the costs, and explain why solubility is important when coming to cleaning stains or oils, depending on whether your stains are from oils or what kind of chemicals you need to use on these cleans. And we'll see. And at the end, if it doesn't work, I'll let you know. This thing still smells, you know, but I'm going to do my best. So should be fun. Let's see. Okay, so this is the carpet right here, and you can see clearly it's like stained. It's, you know, I don't know what it's gonna look like at the end. This is the bottom of the carpet. I've got some gloves on. They're my chick's gloves, so they don't fit really well, but basically I don't want to touch this thing. It's kind of how bad it is. But since this is basically a practice carpet that someone allowed me to use, it's an area rug actually, it's a circular area rug. I'm gonna be doing it right here just on concrete. I don't want to bring this thing into my house. Plus I'm gonna be using, honestly, I'm gonna give it a wash, you know, a real good wash. But the chemicals I'm gonna be using are, for starters, the first thing we're going to use is distilled white vinegar, and the reason is because that's something that neutralizes odors. At least that's what it says, right? This is going to be used to start the neutralization of the odors, and it's going to be my first pass. 50 and 50, so 50% distilled white vinegar I'm going to throw in here, as well as warm water, and I'm going to throw it in here, and I'm going to saturate the carpet, pretty much the entire thing. It should be for heavy areas with urine, but since the whole thing is covered in urine, I'm just going to saturate the entire thing. And it's also important to note that this is going to have warm water when I do it, but otherwise you want to stay away from warm water when you're working with urine, because it'll actually set the odor into the fibers. And if that happens, I don't know if we can bring it back. The other thing I'm going to use is baking soda. Once I've run the first pass on this area rug, I'm going to use baking soda and leave it overnight, and I'm going to see if that helps also neutralize the odor. And once I'm done with that, I'm going to vacuum up the baking soda and the distilled white vinegar out of it and see if that helps the carpet at all. Something about solubility you should know is that you can scrub something as hard as you want, but if you're not actually breaking down enzymes and crystals like in cat urine, that odor is not going to go away. You have to actually break down you have to break down a mineral in order to get rid of the smell and in order to remove it. Otherwise, you're just scrubbing and it's not going anywhere. And so I'm going to test that out and see if that actually works. And I'll also let you guys know what the name of the enzyme killer is that I'm using. That's going to be the final pass. And I'll let you know the prices and all those sorts of things for those materials. But just so you guys know, man, I have a floor machine that I'm going to be using. It's a Hilled floor machine with a carpet brush on the bottom that I'm going to use to scrub the living hell out of this. But the main thing that I think is going to help this carpet are the solvents that I'm going to be using in order to attack the actual things going on with this carpet. So I'm excited for you guys to see the learning process, and let's go. All right, so this is it. This is what it actually looks like right now in the condition it's in. It's a little bit soaked. You could feel a little bit of moisture in the carpet as I unrolled it. Pretty nasty, I'm not even gonna lie. So, but this is what it looks like. This is our first glance. All right, so here we go. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add this distilled white vinegar into my pre-spray bottle. And honestly, dude, I'm gonna just add freaking all of it. This stuff smells strong. You would think, oh, vinegar is gonna probably leave a smell, but it's supposed to neutralize the odor, so we'll see. The second part to this I'm gonna add is warm water. You can see the lines here, so I'm gonna go right about just above where the label is on this. Right there should be good, actually. It says to put 50-50, 50% vinegar and 50% warm water. But honestly, because it's so saturated, I'm gonna have it be a tiny bit more, like 60-40. I as a very well-known chemist, you know, who used to play with solubility quite a bit in my life and mixing chemicals, I'm gonna just go with my gut on this one. Now we're gonna take some time to mix it. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and spray the hell out of this thing. After I spray this solvent into this area rug, I'm just gonna let it sit for 15 to 20 minutes just so that the vinegar can do its things. All right, so I ran through that pre-spray pretty freaking fast. It's a lot bigger of a carpet than I thought it was, or I guess I thought the pre-spray was going to go further. I tried to evenly put it all over the carpet, but we'll see. I'm going to let it sit now for 15 to 20 minutes. And I found, man, this thing even comes with cat feces on it in a few spots. You got cat feces, so we got a little bit of a job ahead of us, but I'm excited. All right, so it's been about 15 minutes. The vinegar's been sitting there and it kind of smells like better, or maybe I'm just getting used to it, but I just went and cleaned out my pre-spray bottle so that it wouldn't have a lingering smell of vinegar. And I was gonna hit the rug with a vacuum, but unfortunately I just went and looked and I don't know where my filter bags went. And it's super important that you don't pull hair into your vacuum, especially if you have like you don't want hair going into the motor of a vacuum because it could really cause damage. And so I can't find my filter bags, so I'm gonna have to blot out the vinegar, which means I'm gonna have to put my hands on that carpet. I'm gonna just use some shop towels that I have. They're a little bit dirty, but the idea is just to kind of get any spots that are soaked a little bit more dry. You still want it to be a little bit soaked for the next step, which is going to be when I throw this baking soda on it. But for now, I'm just going to blot it out. And as you can see, the reason that I tell you guys it's got to be a solubility thing is because so far it hasn't told me that I need to agitate the fibers with like my Hilled floor machine or power wand or even anything. The only reason that it says you need to vacuum is just to kind of soak up not dry up some of the moisture in the carpet from the vinegar. So since we don't need to agitate the fibers yet, I'm just going to use the shop rags. And I think that the reason is because right now the vinegar is actually working into the crystals and the salts from the cat urine. And so isn't that crazy? You don't even need to scrub this thing yet. So far it's just chemistry going on in that fabric right there, and it should be breaking down the odors. So we'll see. This is it. This is the setup. This is how rudimentary it is. Very basics, but one freaking towel for a section, like a pizza pie. All right, so now that I've blotted out this area rug, which by the way was one of the nastiest things I've done in a while, we're gonna do some baking soda. Throw baking soda on it. I'm gonna also kind of coat it heavily, and then I'm gonna leave it overnight. And tomorrow I will have filter bags ready, and I will begin the process of vacuuming up the baking soda. It's still telling me that when it's time to vacuum up the baking soda, I still don't need to agitate the fibers. So this actually hasn't even been a carpet shampoo yet. This is all just chemicals working in the fibers against the cat urine to neutralize the odor. And then the last step is going to be finally the enzyme killer, which I haven't decided on a brand I'm going to use. I'm going to try and use a high potency one, but that'll be the final neutralization of the odor process that I'll be doing on this area rug. And then we'll go ahead and start with the shampoo and steam cleaning of this carpet to actually, you know, clean it. But this is all so far just chemistry, which I think is freaking badass, dude. I'm gonna start here in the center, try and make sure, oh yeah, the wind's picking up too, perfect. It's gonna freaking make this even harder. So I'm gonna try and saturate the whole thing, but I also wanna make sure I have enough baking soda to get me through the entire carpet. It kind of looks like it will. It's still a little bit moist, which is good because that baking soda is gonna stick in the fibers. So this is what I was able to get, kind of all over the place. So I'm gonna use this little brush here, like a horse brush or something. And I'm not trying to agitate the fibers again. I'm just gonna try and spread this baking soda evenly across the entire carpet. And once that's done, that's it for today. I'm gonna find somewhere for this thing to sit, and I'm gonna just let it sit. Look at all that hair. That right there is probably gonna eliminate some odor too that's trapped in these hairs right here. Ugh. Make the job a little bit easier. And so the main problem with this, or the reason that I'm doing this, is because it's one thing to like come in and break your back and work really hard and sweat and have all the nice machinery like a floor machine, a power vac, a power wand, 2-stage vacuum, heaters on this thing. You can have all these nice things, but if you don't know the chemistry, you're just gonna go in there, get their carpets wet, get their carpets dry. It's gonna smell good for a few minutes, and then you're gonna leave and you're gonna have a customer with a smelly carpet. And that's not what I want to bring when I do carpet cleaning. I actually want to learn how to solve the problem. So because of that, that's why we're doing this whole thing, is because I want to have the answers and know how can I get rid of these odors, and can I actually do it when I go to a job. I want to be able to put my name behind the work I do. And so it's kind of cool sharing this with you guys. Plus it gives you something to do. And that's it for me.